_radio.
That's the one. Yeah, just pull that one out, put ACRE 2 in, and then save that as your standard CAV loadout. And I wouldn't remove TFAR because I think the AirCAV Vietnam guys still use it, and we may end up doing some section practice stuff with them eventually. Because their helicopter guys have some skills that I would like to figure out if we can use, just because they don't have laser designators or anything. So they've had to come up with some ways to mark with smoke in the jungle and then talk their pilots on. And we don't really use that. We haven't really developed that skill because we have laser designators and all that kind of fancy shit. Mm-hmm. But it makes it difficult if a guy's in a little bird and then the infantry are trying to talk to him and give him some idea of what's going on. Yeah, because a laser designator doesn't do him a whole lot of good, I don't think.
Gotcha.
Has anybody played with any of this stuff yet?
A little bit, yeah.
Because according to the SOI, it's supposed to have 16 blocks on the short range. It's only got 5.
I think you actually have to open the short range radio interface to get all 16. I can only get 5, I think, as well. But then, that's with the quick keys. But then if you go into the actual interface, and there's probably a way to fix that. It's just I don't know anything about ACRE yet, so. But it does seem to work, and does seem like it's fairly simple to install. The only thing I don't like is, well, actually, it's good because if you are trying to connect to the server, you don't hear everybody until you actually get loaded right in. So you don't have to mute your speakers because you get all that ear cancer like if you try to go on to TAC 2 before TFAR kicks in, and you have to wait for the TFAR to kick on before you can unmute your speakers because otherwise it's just overload.
Looks like they've also already implemented a script on the radios where, on the 152, you can already see channels 1 is command, 2 is RD, forecast, 6 is air, for instance. And it's the same for the 117.
We have a server?
Yeah, we're just on Charlie's training server 1.
Yeah, Chief, you have to actually pull up the interface for the 343. You click on the left side and do detach handle, and then you can get to all the blocks there.
Yeah, no, that's what I did, and it only came up with 5 blocks. That was kind of the confusing part.
Huh? Because I can go up to 6 or 16. Yeah. Sorry.
Actually, I can't do it. Depends on the radio you have, probably.
He may be confusing the short range with the 152.
Well, we're not supposed to use the 152 according to the SOI.
Oh. Well, now that's interesting.
See, it just makes more sense, too. 343 for in-bird comms, 152 for CTAF or whatever, and then 117.
Now, according to the SOI, pilots are using the 343 for personal and then the 117 for long. That's what I've been playing with.
Yeah, so to my knowledge, the 343 is 400 to 800 meter range tops. The 152 is 3 to 5 kilometer range top, and then the 117 is a 10 to 20 kilometer range.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they have us using the one that we have so that we can just use it like an intercom in the bird.
The 343.
I'm suspecting that just because.
Yeah, it's supposed to be block 8, like channel 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the birds, but there's no block 8 on that.
Oh, on the 343? Oh, there's a
User
block
joined your
8.
channel.
There's probably going to be some teething issues, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm still getting the pop-up that says TFR is not on the server, even though I've got it disabled from my mod list and disabled from TeamSpeak.
I don't think it should be too much of an issue, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
As
I
long
know
as,
it's
as
off.
long as you don't pick up anything from T4.
Lindsay Monte, interrogative.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing a co-training with Charlie?
No, it got canceled. They shit canned it just because ACRE dropped this morning. So I have stuff for us to do though. And if they end up getting ready, we might do some flying with them still. But I have some stuff we can do. And I'll actually, depending on how long it takes to get this stuff sorted out, I'll give you guys the option. We can either do some like lecture as far as like transport is concerned, or we can have some crew kind of like a race, I guess, to like inspect your bird, load some cargo, and then fly somewhere and drop your stuff off and then get back here. And the winner gets their name on the fridge.
Ooh, I like the fridge.
Yeah.
User left your channel.
What you pointing at, boy?
Here's a C-130. The tanker.
Oh yeah, that thing's always just hauling ass around here. There's an arsenal there if you want to load your stuff, Monty. The loadouts might be a little screwy just because you probably have a radio saved in them, but the rest of your stuff will all be there. You'll just need a backpack and you'll need to grab some radios and junk. So we all get to play Barbie again.
Oh, I like playing Barbie.
Arma 3 Barbie.
You know what? I think it's that map, to be honest with you guys.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I had the on the alpha map version 12, had the 343 would only go up to block 5, but on this map it's already loaded into your loadout, and it goes all the way up. So I don't know.
I wonder if in
User
getting
joined your
ready
channel.
for ACRE to drop, our map is up to date and this Charlie map is old, so it doesn't have some of the stuff in it that maybe it's supposed to.
Can you guys
That's
hear
a
me?
possibility. Yep.
Yep.
But we've got our stuff all off right now, I think, don't we?
Let me guess. You guys didn't activate your ACRE.
Correct.
Yeah, we've turned it off until everybody's got it. Everybody's in.
Who would want to activate their ACRE when they're on an ACRE server? No, that's silly.
Here's Captain Teamwork at it again. I'm loading in. Everyone for himself.
User joined your channel.
Every monkey for himself.
Ooh, major destroying.
Well, that was so funny when we got asked in that thing. Like, how often do you guys see your CO? And I'm like, I don't know, once or twice a month he comes into our SP. And there's just silence. It's like, well, okay, maybe in Alpha it's different, but we never see ours. And I'm like, well, maybe you guys aren't any fun.
Oh.
Well, maybe you aren't. Thump, you got a hot mic again.
Yeah, sorry. It's part of my freaking. I gotta change that key.
Breathy McBreathe a lot.
Do what I can.
So,
Lindsay, I'm gonna throat punch you.
so I got a question concerning loadouts. Do we know what the one chess piece is that gives you the absolute most?
I think I'm wearing it. It's the 5, and I think you've got it on too, don't you? Yours is just black.
Carrier rig.
Yeah, you just got it on black.
Yeah. I believe it's the only armor level 5. Now there's one other one, which is for the disposal guys, and I don't know if it actually is any better but this is what I would wear just because, I mean, weight's not really an issue for us. I don't do a lot of running, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm shaped like a lowercase b. So yeah, I don't do a lot of running. I'm not worried about fatigue. If the helicopter crashes and I'm still alive, being out of breath is sort of like the least of my concerns.
So what about the helmet?
Well, I know there were servers I was in once upon a time where like some of the flight helmets actually gave you better ballistic protection than anything else, but these don't seem to do anything for me. Exactly.
I get criticals in the head all the time.
I do too. But I mean, in fairness, we're sitting in the front of the bird, and if somebody's shooting 50 cals at the bird and it's coming right through the window, I mean,
is there an arsenal around?
Yeah. Right where you spawn in. There's one on either side.
Yeah, I'm just not getting the arsenal option.
Use you're using the key? There's some other people who've been complaining about that.
Ace Interact.
Yeah, you got to use the Ace Interact, but I think you know that.
Raj.
Oh, okay.
Well, me crying about that was me forgetting about the Ace Interact, so. Just saying.
So.
Oh, man.
So? Nope, but a knit. Bickford, that is not a sidearm.
It's a Walther P99.
This is a sidearm.
Oh, jeez.
So, what backpack are we going with?
I'm using the Viper. But, I mean, it's all up to you guys, I think, probably. I mean, the Viper can just carry, the radio, all of your radios, actually. I keep my night vision in there and my flight helmet when I'm not flying.
The only thing about the Viper that I worry about is if you are hiding behind a wall or something and all they see is your backpack and they shoot you, it will kind of be your fault.
I'm not sure if the backpacks are part of the hitbox.
No, it's not that. It's just that's for IFF. If they look and they see like a Viper backpack, because RPGs that happens all the time, right? They see an RPG just sticking over a wall because one of the infantry guys runs out of AT rounds, so he grabs an RPG off a dead Russian guy. Then
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, how's it going? Then friendly armor comes in and they're scanning for targets and they see an RPG sticking out from behind a wall and they just empty their guns into the wall.
Oh, true, gotcha.
So all I'm saying is if you get shot, yeah, so. And we're probably going to experiment a little bit with our loadouts here because with ACRE dropping, everybody's loadouts are probably going to have to be redone a little bit anyway. And then I'd like to figure out one for the pilots, one for the crew chiefs and door gunners, and yeah, just to try to have one that we can have in the arsenal or preloaded in as the alpha one that we can like use that will work for everybody more or less. I'll still put boxes down and arsenals down when we're in SPs, but just this way when we load into ops, we can just grab our stuff and go. And, maybe you'll have to grab a few extra things, but...
Hey, Lynn's got a question for you.
Yes, please, and hello. Thank you for calling tech support.
Is there any specific uniform that you want us to wear or any restrictions on the uniform?
I don't really... I don't get my panties in a wad about stuff like that. Whatever you like in the SPs, and if it's important in the operation, it'll be locked anyway. So.
Gotcha.
And just like that, Walsh was like, "You guys are boring. I'm out." Oh, there he's back.
So we got some C47s over here, but confirm that the new C47s, when you turn around, you can see directly to the tail.
I think you can, if it's the Foxtrot version.
This is a C47F Delta.
I believe you can.
Well, I can't. I mean, I can because I have track AR, but I can't in the easy way. So, is there another bird?
No.
Are you guys sure that's the new one? This Charlie map's fairly old.
I mean, that's the question, right?
I wouldn't look at anything in this map as being in any way up to date. Just
well, I've been having a lot of problems because I've been trying to explain to like Zeus's and stuff like that, like exactly what the new bird is and what the name of it is and where they can find it in their interface, and I just don't know.
Yeah, it's the RAF CH47, and I think there's only one. Like, there might be a few different repaints of it and stuff, but I believe it's just the RAF one, and I think there's only one of them.
So that's not a TAC 2 option, is it?
It should be.
Well, yeah, because we pretty much get our mods from other developers. Not all, a majority, so I can...
So, do I need to grab both the 152 and the 117, or just the one?
For now, I would just grab the 152, the 117F, and the 343. Just grab all three and put them in your backpack. I don't know which ones are the right ones, so just grab them all.
That's what we're referring to radios right now? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, 152, 343, 117 Fox.
I don't even see a radio option through ACE.
Click on your backpack, and then it's going to be your miscellaneous items.
What kind of cancer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
Any
How
idea
many
why?
radios do you listen to? All of them.
Any idea why when I run ACRE plug-in, I instantly can't hear any of you?
Yeah, because we have it off right now. Just because if you turn it on, you can't hear anybody on the other side. And with guys coming in and it being brand new,
Gotcha.
I don't want anybody getting left behind or feeling left out. So till we get everybody in and everybody's squared away, then we're all going to switch.
Good deal. Can you say again the radios I need to pick up?
Well, I don't know if these are right because the SOI says one thing, but it seems a little bit like it doesn't really jive, although they may have written it with the idea that we were just going to use the short ranges as an intercom radio within our bird. So there's three, the 152, the 343, and the 117 Fox. Those are the three I have. And I don't know if they're right or not, but if we all have the same ones, then we should be able to at least test it and try to see how it works. And a bunch of guys, they kind of know ACRE from Arma 2. I don't know it at all, so I'm kind of learning along with everybody else.
Why did we switch over to this?
Copy all.
What was the reason for that?
Well, there's a few different reasons for it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know them all, but I think just the idea is that TFAR is not really getting serviced anymore. It's not getting updated necessarily, or maybe there are some issues with it and they seem to like ACRE a little bit better, so we're going to use ACRE.
How do I adjust my radio since that's no longer an option through, what is it?
If you go to your configure in your Arma menu and then go to controls and then go to configure add-ons, and then click the where it says configure. Yeah, configure add-ons. Then just click the wedge and go to ACRE 2, and you'll see all the actions and the assigned keys.
You can also access your radios through ACE self-interact.
Yeah. What did you say, Spit?
Oh, I was referring to changing my radio frequency. That answers my question now.
Okay. Yeah, there are shortcuts for it. I actually set it up so that 1 puts my radio down on the number pad, 7 puts it up, 5 I think switches between the radios, and then the / key brings the interface for whatever radio I have selected up.
These radios are so weird looking, man. Holy crap. How do I know if I'm setting this thing? I don't really know what I'm doing here.
The good thing is that crap, what was I gonna say? You can set up different hotkeys for each radio. So, for instance, I have caps lock set on my long range, T for my for the 152, and Y for the short range. It's what I used in TFAR, so you can basically set it up the same way.
Oh, it's this command channel? So there's like
automatic... Yeah, there are pre-wired from the SOI. So you don't really have to remember each individual channel. Sometimes you do, but...
Channel 99 is command? I'm so confused right now.
Don't get too wrapped around an axle, Spit. Just make sure it works is all that this is. We're just kind of
works,
flushing out.
yeah. The mod works,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
don't worry about it too much. Don't stress. There's probably going to be teething issues. And as long as it works, as long as we can all get on the same frequency and we can hear each other and we can communicate, the rest of it we'll just figure out as time goes on.
Okay. Will somebody drop me a 343? I don't think I'm running the Arsenal plugin. Or something.
I got you, Major.
Is the 343 long range?
Just come over here, Walsh. Turn right.
Hang on, I'm stuffing my face.
It's right over there.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. You're welcome, sir.
Oh, man. So I'm guessing alternative radio 3 is long range.
It just matters like how you pick them up from the arsenal, I believe. Like I had to manually see which ones.
And I'm sure there's ways to bind them and stuff. So, and we will figure that stuff all out eventually. But for now, there aren't that many of us in here, so we'll probably just pick a frequency and use it for the most part, I think.
Sorry, I hate to be that guy, but I've been trying to find the radios and it's just not showing up for me.
Is that Ibarra?
In your backpack, boss.
No.
It's in your. You gotta
it's
pick
Spit.
that shit up through your.
No, it is me.
User disconnected from your channel.
Through your backpack, bro.
Go to your arsenal.
Yeah.
You got a backpack on, correct?
Yep.
Click on it. On the right side, click the miscellaneous items. Should be directly at the top. You're going to see ANPRC 117.
I don't see that. It's grayed out for me. It says 0.
Okay, you don't have a backpack big enough to carry it then.
Okay. I was told to get the RT 152 3G. Is that no longer correct?
That is TFAR.
Well, I will get rid of that then. What do you guys recommend for a good bag?
I'm using the Viper harness, but like Lindsay said, that could cause some probably issues with friendly fire incidents. I think it all just comes down to your personal preference. Like my usage is just carrying enough, having enough storage for my radios, flight helmet, and night vision.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll roll with the Viper harness because it works well now. I mean, we can change it a later time if it's not good.
Yeah, I'm using the light version.
Okay. And then, sorry, you said the PRC 117 Foxtrot, and then what else?
The ANPRC 152 and the ANPRC 343.
And the 343 copy. What else should I stock my bag with here? I heard tell that we needed first aid kits as well. What would you guys recommend for that loadout?
I would get
toolkit.
Yeah, you want to get a toolkit. You want to have. I like having packing bandages and elastic bandages. I get like 10 of each, 10, and then 10 quick clot as well.
Sorry, so the toolkit, and then I just had to get another bag. The light one wasn't allowing me to pick up a toolkit.
Yeah, so toolkit, packing bandage, elastic bandage, and quick clot, 10 of each. and then like you can get like 5 or 10 morphine, whatever you have room for, kind of thing, and just make sure you've got like 3 or 4 magazines for your M4, and then if you have any spare room, like you might have to play with it a little bit to decide exactly what you want. I want everybody to load in and have at least a minimum amount of stuff so that if we need to do something to the bird, we don't need to run to an arsenal. We just need to be able to kind of do whatever, have the equipment so that we can do whatever it is that we need to do. And then if you guys have spare room and you want to carry other stuff, just whatever you want.
Gotcha.
As long as you can do your job. I'm not really going to get, don't think it's worth getting a panties in a twist over what particular scope someone likes to use, or, hey, wait a minute, your magazine doesn't match and you need to use this kind of no, just whatever. As long as we are using the same magazines and we can exchange ammo if somebody starts running low, and you've got a toolkit and enough to bandage and sort of treat guys who are in pain with morphine, that's probably good enough.
All right.
Eventually we might get to the point where if we can get the crew guys set up as like full-blown medics and stuff, we might have to start playing around with like one guy carries a toolkit and then another guy carries blood, and just the bulkier items we'll have to try to split them up somehow.
Okay.
But whatever, it's good. Just whatever will be good for now.
And then just to confirm, the mags that we're running, is it the M855 Alpha 1, the no tracers?
Dude, I always run red tracers. Just run red. Everybody knows that red is good. The enemy always either has green or yellow. Most of the time. I always grab red. It's if you shoot me because I'm shooting a red tracer, you deserve to die.
The other thing that's good about tracers is if you've got danger close, or if you've got contact and you just can't get your 3Ds out, you can always just say, contact on my tracers or on my mark, and just start shooting, and then everybody could kind of get zeroed and start putting some fire down.
Okay.
Yeah, I never bring yellow, and I never bring like the crazy colors. I used to have like purple and green and stuff, because the AI and the Russians and the op forward don't actually bring either yellow or green. But I've always brought red, because red is the default tracer in our guns. So if you ever want a full tracer mag, just bring the red ones.
Okay, cool.
Is everybody in here got ACRE and ready to switch and all that jazz?
Heaves is here. I don't see him here though.
Yeah, we won't worry about him. He's the almighty, so he's just going to be listening in probably.
All right, I'm switching over then, boss.
I'm just looking for where we set our hotkeys. Is it in special?
You go to, I think it's in
Common, maybe?
no, configure controls, and then go to configure add-ons, and then click the wedge and go for ACRE 2, and that's all the actions and all the assignments.
Good job, Monte.
Thank you.
I could have told you that was going to happen. You should just stay away
I
from
don't
that.
see that.
Why don't you just tell me why it happened?
Well, because that thing is a piece of shit. You just shouldn't fly it.
Okay, I can live with that. But
That's the
I
first
can only
thing.
assume
and then
I did something wrong, because I was like, I thought I was doing all right, but then I wasn't.
well, but that's
doing
the
all
problem with that thing. You can do everything right and just get murdered. And I mean, I don't want to use it at all, because I'm sure Charlie wouldn't use a rifle if every third time you fired it, it blew up and killed everybody in the fire team.
Dude, I heard when you said
So-
that to them the other day, and I just was laughing my ass off to myself.
Well, they wouldn't. So
Yeah, you're absolutely
that's
right.
That's just that. And I understand there was a time when you needed to use it because you had a lack of pilots and you had a lot of people to move, and you didn't want people sitting around waiting, but those days are over. So that thing can go on the trash heap until we either get something better or yeah. Because otherwise it's just basically a recipe for frustration, as far as to my mind.
Yeah.
If everybody's ready, do you guys want to all turn your ACRE 2s on? And if you do, you may bounce to another channel, but just come back here.
Copy that, boss. Switching. Alright, check on ACRE.
I've got you, Bigford.
Roger that, thanks, sir.
So directional.
I think you can hold tab, to kind of do like whisper, normal, and yelling.
Yeah, you can, and I saw a video online that the enemies can hear you when you have it turned up much more than halfway. They can hear you at like 100 meters, 150 meters.
Wow.
And
I think
will
they
light you
they
up.
did that in TFAR too. It just wasn't as bad, or as realistic, I should say.
Well, I don't know what volume you guys were at, but I could hear you over at that area right there.
I'm at yelling right now.
What is this?
That green box.
Just go with it, Spit.
Yeah, I'm not complaining, buddy. It's just a learning curve.
Yeah. Everybody good? Everybody here? Sound off, maybe?
Vickford's here.
I'm gonna transmit on a channel. Let me know if
Walsh
you
is
guys
here.
can hear me. Let me see if this works.
Hello?
Yep.
Solid.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna try long range. This is the long range radio for me.
Hello?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay.
Sorry, could somebody regale me to the hotkeys for the radios again?
Alright, so it's caps lock for your main.
Yep.
It's shift caps lock for your second, and then alt caps lock for your third radio. That's just the order you pick them up in.
Okay. And then the interface?
Windows or yourself interact and then go to radios, but you shouldn't have to mess with that since we'll all be on the command channel. I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out another SP. I don't
Sure,
know.
you can also
that's
click the radio in your inventory to open up interactions.
So yeah, there'll probably be some. Does everybody know how to adjust your yelling and stuff too? That's the tab, I think. You hold tab down.
Yep,
And then you
Raj.
can slide it right or left.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of good. And I think full out, it's like 200. Is it 200 meters, Bickford?
I don't know. Monte said that he could hear us from the green cargo things over there to our southwest when I was on yelling.
Yeah. So it's you can.
It's like
go
100 meters.
A long ass ways away, anyway.
Yeah.
And I had kind of a couple of ideas. I was going to either do a lecture on transport pilot stuff, or we could kind of do some fun shit. And I think we'll just do fun shit because probably everybody's tired of farting around with ACRE 2 and blah blah blah. So who am I going to pick on? Bickford.
I knew it.
Who's gonna? I guess since Ybarra's new. This is going to be a review for everybody, but you want to just show Ybarra maybe on that bird over there. Do you want to just show him like an inspection?
Okay.
Before we would get it airborne?
Alright. Bar, if you want to come with me.
Yep.
The rest of you guys can just join us over here too.
Here, I'm going to switch my push talk real quick since we're not flying right now.
Holy.
Alright,
Get
so
yourself under control, son.
that's
Who's
Spit.
in there, Mike?
Spit, stop it.
I was doing joy to key. I'm sorry. I was configuring my my joystick. I'm sorry.
All good. So, Abara, before we start flying, what we do is we do kind of like a pre-flight inspection. Basically take a walk around the bird, search for debris, anything they see to be visually wrong with the aircraft.
Anybody know the default key to open up a radio in a vehicle?
I don't think they are in vehicles, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, there's none in the vehicles.
Well, there's supposed to be an intercom in the vehicles and a PA.
So you just basically walk around,
That too, but
inspect
if
the guns,
there's a way to
make
do
sure
it,
they're
I
locked
don't know what
forward,
it is.
doors, any glass broken. You can tell on the main rotor if it's damaged as well.
Okay.
So, if you want to go ahead, do your pre-flight, give it a walk around, report anything that you see wrong.
Damn, how'd you get so smart? Nice.
Yeah, I don't see any damage to the helicopter.
Okay.
Well, I
Got anything,
I'm on
you see anything
command
on the
one, and I think I'm
helipad
there on
itself?
the other. I'm not gonna worry about it too
Yeah,
much.
there's
I
a whole
just
bunch of
wanted to
stuff
get
all over the
everybody
place.
on
Medical
it
supplies,
to
this
make sure it was working,
thing,
and then
some
we'll.
chocks over here.
I'm sure there's gonna be an SOI.
Yeah, in your basic
I'm sure it'll be instinctive.
eval if you're going to be a pilot. That's one thing that you're going to have to you're going to go over is pre-flight inspection. They're going to plop down some stuff, say for instance like this, and you're going to have to report everything basically.
Oh, okay.
So like for instance, you'd say wheel chock, 9 o'clock of gunner side, 2 meters, something like that.
Gotcha. What's this hook thing over here?
That looks like an IV line, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Like you got suspended from the air.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can't interact with it, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, me neither.
Awesome.
So then, after you do that, you any crew you got on board, you're gonna say crew board. And you're gonna mount up yourself.
Okay.
If you want to hop in the co-pilot seat, I'll show you everything in there.
Sure.
All right. So once you're aboard, you're gonna ask the crew to report in.
So
there.
This is 343. This is the long range.
Ammo count as well as any
this is the 148, which is the short range.
difficulties they're having with, say, axis control, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then they're gonna say all green, etc., something like along that lines. You're gonna do your own check of the bird, such as the top left corner, and your own instruments, whole engine instrument, anti-torques.
All green.
Then what I like to do is I like to zero out my my throttle here, so I just go up and down quickly on it, and you can see there I'm actually raising and lowering it.
That right there, can you hear me through this, Walsh? Can you hear me on the PA? So I guess you have to talk on the radio and it automatically transmits. I'm just going to keep talking as you walk backwards. I'm going to keep talking. La 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 la, ooh la, whoa, oh, oh, whoa.
Enter.
Can you still hear me?
Okay,
Yep.
and then if when you have
I
the
can only
co-pilot
hear you
on,
through radio, but
you're
if
going
you can
to
hear me
unlock
through PA,
controls,
then it's an automatic
and then you're
transmit.
gonna, before you even spool up the engines at all,
Short range. Let me try long range.
you're going to co-pilot's going to confirm that you can unlock, or they can take the
I gotcha.
controls. So, for instance, controls are unlocked.
Okay.
Are you able to take them?
I am able, yeah. I don't want to mess it up, though. I'm only on a keyboard and mouse right now.
Oh, you're fine. Just it's just something we do just to make sure.
Okay, yeah, I've got control.
All right. All right. And then, if we have a ATC online, you're going to radio to them, check in with them. So, for instance, we would be Buffalo 1, currently at Telos Assembly Area, Pad 2. Request startup and hover check, which is stability check. They'll give clearance or not, tell you to wait, hold on. If they confirm you, you're going to confirm back with them. So, for instance, Teal Assembly Area, Buffalo 1, Pad 2, clear for startup and stability check. So you split your engines up. You usually want to leave an auto hover for this part.
Okay.
And then you just, I'm going to switch back 1 second.
Am I going to find a helicopter?
No, I'll be doing it all real quick. So then, once you're spooled up, you're going to turn auto hover on. You're going to kick up about 5-10 meters. You're going to check your axes. So for instance, we got throttle, we got pitch.
Do you think maybe you should have got rid of some of the stuff around the helicopter before you started it up and took off?
Yeah, probably. I wasn't sure if we were able to, if Zeus was able to or not. I'm just gonna set her down over here. Alright. So you're just gonna ignore that. You're gonna go back, so for instance, we're gonna land basically back on the pad, quote unquote. Gonna sit down. I'm gonna say stability check complete. Buffalo 2, engine off. And you do that before even starting the operation. Usually ask before troops even get boarded. To do that, make sure you're basically just want to make sure that all your peripherals are good to go and they're all in working order.
Sounds good.
So that's all on that. I'll hand you over to Lindsay.
Spool down, who's ever in that 60, please. Whoever's in that Buffalo, please turn it off.
Tamonte.
Okay, so you borrow? Yep. The one thing I wanted the only other winged pilot in the unit to show you, he shit the bed on, so now I'm going to show you. This shit?
I don't know about you, Summerfield, but I miss Task Force Radio.
All that stuff needs to get picked up. So when you're doing your DI, if you see all this junk around, you can just tell Zeus to get rid of it for you. Alternatively, if there's no Zeus around, you could probably just ace interact with it and put it in the bird.
Do you need us back on you, Lindsay?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we weren't. I don't think Zeus would probably be able to get rid of them, and I wasn't able to ace interact with them. Oh, you can?
No, I put them down here, and I put them down just to see if people would get in and start and take off without getting it cleared up.
Gotcha.
I should have
Okay.
made that clear, though.
Yeah, I thought they automatically spawned there because I saw them on every pad.
Yeah. So then the other thing is you've got supplies over here, and that's gonna be part of your race.
Oh, okay.
So I'll put the UH-60 back over here, and then you guys, once it's DI'd or whatever, you can just tell me and I'll delete this stuff. So what we have, just so you guys know what they are.
Yeah. Is it because TFR
Is it tow bar?
garbage, or?
Those are intake covers.
What's going on here?
It's a wheel chalk. That is a static discharge wand. And that's a static discharge wand too.
Okay.
So that's all debris that we want to clean up before we get in the helicopter and start it. That's why Law and Lewis always do it, because Hebert used to put stuff like this down. And it's also part of your flight test, and it's part of basically before you get in the helicopter and fly it, we have to make sure there's none of this crap around that could cause a crash or whatever. So I'll just delete it in ACE right now. Or in ACE, I mean in Zeus. I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, that was my apologies. I thought it was part of the map there.
Apologies.
You spent
what's
two.
going on here?
Just hang on.
Do I need to be here, or can I?
Yeah, you do.
You've got the
fly,
152 and then the
You need to be here. Just pipe down for a sec.
So
Do you need me to pick up any of the tow bars or the anything like that?
How do you? I can't. Yeah, I can't miss my radio. It says Ferris in the top left-hand corner.
So this is probably better to take off than what it was before. And then part of the race is going to be we're going to have two crews. And the race is going to be you've got to refuel your bird, you got to repair your bird, you got to load all that cargo, you got to fly somewhere and drop it off, and then you got to get back here.
Shit, that's my zoom button.
And I'm just going to split you into two groups, and yeah, you're going to race.
Fun.
But yeah, if everybody started taking off with the helicopters, it was going to screw that all up, which is just, that's why I was telling people not to use anything or move anything. So I'll just tell everybody else if you guys want to come with me.
Yep. And then it says system preset, radio config, and then fucking Volos config, whatever that says.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have
pushed a button.
We're gonna have a race. So the first thing you'll have to do is you'll have to DI your bird. You'll have to get me to delete any of the trash that the ground crew left laying around. That'll be stuff like tow bars, the intake covers, chocks, static discharge lines, all that stuff. Beside each of the UH-60s, there are 3 ammo crates. There are 2 boxes of food, and there are 2 boxes of medical supplies. That all has to get loaded in. And then once you guys have all that stuff done and you're loaded in and you're ready to go, you're going to fly. I'm going to give each of you a place to go to. You're going to land there. You'll drop all the stuff off out of the arsenal, or the ACE internal load. You'll just drop it all off there, and then you'll race back here, and the first team back wins. And then another thing, I was going to leave it and see if you guys noticed, but I had taken all the fuel out of the birds, but for some reason somebody must have put it back in them. So I'm going to be draining all the fuel, and they're going to be damaged. So you'll have to refuel them, repair them, inspect them, and get all the debris removed. Then you got to load all the cargo, and then you got to get out of here. I'll give you your 2 LZs that you're going to. Drop your stuff off, and then get back here. Does that sound good?
Everything at 2 LZs?
No. One of you is going to go to 1 LZ. The other is going to go to another one.
How do you remove debris?
You tell me to, and I delete it.
Oh, okay.
Lindsay,
Yo.
will you remove the debris from my pad?
When you tell me what it is, I will.
So
you did this to me, so now I get to do it to you. How do we get what, sorry? Amonte?
He's in his own world.
He's looking for...
Cheater!
What are you looking for? This is not one of the pads that you'll be using. So looking here won't do you a lot of good. And I already deleted all this stuff. So I'm going to split you into 2 groups. Let's see... We'll put Ybarra, Walsh, and Summerfield together, and we'll put Spit, Monty, and Bick together. You guys can sort out your roles amongst yourself, what you want to do, and then basically if you could just line up kind of in front of your birds. There's 1 bird behind me, and there's another bird over there somewhere.
Reg.
So one's over there.
All right.
The other bird is all the way over there.
Monty.
So don't start your DI until I give the word.
Raj.
Alright, we got this little fucking fishing pole thing. I'm too
He didn't want us to start yet.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why we're doing something like this, man. I've been drinking freaking brandy for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I drank a 40, so I argued with the missus. Then I drank
How
3
sober are
beers.
you, Bickford?
I'm not even 21, dude.
Alright.
Alright, you're flying.
No. I want to fly.
Dude, honestly, I don't give a fuck. This is a waste of time for me, to be honest with you.
Alright. You're gonna grab the flammable
You're going to tell us
truck.
when to begin, correct?
You're gonna grab the big boom boom truck.
That's correct. Something happened with these birds. I had them all set up, and now
You got a toolkit, Brickford?
some of the stuff has changed, so
one
I'm
second.
just making sure it's fair.
I can't even hear you over the radio. What?
Jesus, my arsenal's fucked.
I got a toolkit.
Alright, you get the repair then. I'll get the fuel.
Come on,
Yeah, I got a toolkit. Come back, buddy.
Amonte, come back! So you guys used your time wisely.
got a toolkit. How do you fix shit? I was really drunk.
Be advised, if you don't have a toolkit, you should probably go get one.
You basically ace interact on the bird
Somebody
interactions.
needs to
Alright, I'll
have
tell
one
you
just to do the repair.
Give me the kit, because I'm shit-faced. Give me the kit.
I don't know what's going on anymore. Here we go.
More
Hold on, hold on.
importantly, let's determine what radio channel we need to be on.
I don't know how to.
I think we're just staying on 1.
It won't let me change them.
Alright,
Yeah, will.
spit.
I swear to God, watch. I'll pull up inventory. I will click on my fucking radio, and I will click up and down on the presets, and nothing happens.
No. You have to click on the knob.
All right, so
Click on the knob.
hey.
Welcome to ACRE.
Let's do this. So, Spit, you said you have the toolkit?
Wait, I clicked on change channel. It's on channel 5.
Spit.
Yeah, I already dropped it. How do
Yeah,
I
don't have it.
How do I declick channels? How do I go back?
More importantly, let's determine what channel we're going to be on first.
I'm on.
For short range,
No,
let's
you're
do
not
on short
the
range.
Who's the pilot? Pick? Which channel pick?
Let's do channel 5 on the 343.
Channel 5, 343. Good copy.
Wait, I can't edit my 343. It's not showing up in my backpack, but I can talk on it. So. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
There you go.
Ready to check channel 5.
Work through the buzz, my man. Just work through the haze.
So, Spit, you have the toolkit, correct?
Monty has it now. All right,
Monty? Okay, I'm on
What
5.
Channel 5 on the Al Akbar one. Let me test it.
All day hero.
Leave it, Charlie.
I didn't.
Allah
Hear
Akbar!
I didn't hear you on 5, buddy. I heard Monty scream Al Akbar, but I didn't hear you, Rick.
Yeah, I didn't keep on the radio. So, Monte, if you wanna do the repairs when he says go,
Did he?
you're basically just gonna ace it. You know how to repair, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I can fuel.
Yeah, Spit, you'll fuel. I'll let him know on all the crap around the bird.
All
All right, so hold
Not
on.
right now.
hold
Not
on
yet.
now.
Not yet. Not yet.
Hey,
Okay,
so
you guys
listen
can
up.
start now.
Go. 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 Go.
Oh, I can't ace interact. What is this? Cancer. What is this?
It's not telling me what's broke.
Lindsay, I cannot interact with the cargo boxes here.
Get in the get in the seat and tell me what's broke.
I can't enter it either.
Hang on, it must have got locked.
the hell
Just a
with
sec.
Command, this is Buffalo 2. Message over.
Send it.
I've got 3 boxes of explosives and a helicopter tow bar, front wheel tow bar. I'd like to get those moved off our pad.
Copy, we'll go.
I can't interact with said helicopter. Hold on,
Buffalo 1
For some
has
reason, I don't know why that happened.
air takes off the 10 o'clock side and a bar coming off the 9 o'clock side.
Okay, I'll get rid of those for you and I'll unlock the birds as soon as I can.
Well,
Roger.
I feel like this is a kind of a reset here. What?
Yeah, I can't. Well, is it because it's locked? I don't think they would.
That's probably why. Yeah.
Yeah, because normally the ace interaction comes up.
Well, just let me know when I'm allowed to do what I'm supposed to do, and I'll get back to you.
So the 3 boxes of explosives are the thing we're transporting.
Command Buff 2, additionally, we have, I believe it's a packed APU unit in front of our pad we need moved.
By the way, Spinelli, I'm here.
Copy, I will remove that and both birds should be unlocked now.
Over radio, what'd you say?
Both birds are unlocked.
Copy. It's unlocked.
Hydraulic failure.
All right, Monty, you gotta fix it all. Do repair all.
Fuel
Rickford?
critical.
Oh, I was about to say, let me know when it's done refueling.
You'll get a notification. Monty needs everything repaired.
You need to tell me what's repaired, or what needs to be repaired.
So Major Walsh,
Everything.
your group will be Buffalo 3 and
Everything.
Monty, your group will be Buffalo 1.
Copy, Buffalo 1.
Copy Buff 3, we're still waiting for these 3 explosives to get moved.
Alright, so this is ridiculous, because I
Did
can
you say
only see the
explosives?
main interaction.
Ace interact
try-
right here.
Affirmative, explosive crates on the ground. I'm not getting an ace interaction.
Try scroll wheeling. Do it the old style.
Okay, I'll delete them then.
Yes, Buffalo 1. We can't interact with the explosives either. If you could remove those as well.
Man, come on.
Monte, come here.
Come on.
Ace interact on the. Hold on, stand by.
Yeah, work through it. Let me know when it works for you.
Oh, well, it won't refuel until it's fixed. Because it's just kind of
Yeah,
stuck.
and it won't.
Monte, try now.
Command Buff 3 on the pad.
I don't know what to tell you.
Mission to engine
The
start and
repair
stab
was
check.
in range. It all should work. It's not
Go ahead.
Drop it down then. I'll take it.
There may be an issue with the
Everything's
slot.
broken.
I'm fixing both birds. I'll refuel both birds. Just chill with the whining and just get on with it then.
Yeah, they're not repairable. Okay.
Both birds are fixed. Both birds are fueled. You're good to go.
Roger that. Ours needs to be unlocked, Lindsay.
Command Buff 3, hover check complete, ready for tasking.
Pegasus, Buffalo 1, birds unlocked.
The Alpha. I'll get you a heading. It's to the southeast. It's down by Celicano, just in the southeast of the island. You can just make your way down there, drop your equipment as close as you can to LZ Alpha there. There's a building. And return
Go ahead and
to
mount
that
up. Give me your check.
Eyes on LZ Alpha, we're cleared to depart.
Night.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Mayday. Buffalo can't get in the helicopter. It's still locked.
Pegasus, Buffalo 1, bird is locked. Over.
Are we here for training or are we here for...
Unlocked now.
Thank you, Pegasus.
Now.
Board up. Pegasus is Buffalo 1 at pad 2, requesting startup and stability check.
Go ahead.
This reminds me of that movie Rat Race. This is not conducive.
And Buff 1, your tasking is to drop supplies at LZ Zulu up by Molos Airfield in the northeast.
Which
Buffalo
Buffalo are we?
LZ Zulu. We're 1.
Okay. What channel we on? Are we still on 343 channel 5? Are we on 343 channel... Oh, gee, fuck this shit.
Hydraulic failure.
Fuck this noise.
Hydraulic
Pegasus,
failure.
Buffalo 1 had some glitches with the
Hydraulic
repair truck and
failure.
rotors.
Okay, since
I'll
we
get
have
it
some
fixed for you.
downtime, what's our channel?
Hydraulic failure.
For the third time, Channel 5, 343.
Hydraulic failure.
Great.
We said that before.
Failure.
Well, I was hearing some chatter that wasn't coming from us, so I didn't know what channel, what radio was coming from.
Because you have 3 radios.
Yeah.
Hydraulic
All right.
failure.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll stow it.
Hydraulic failure.
You guys are going to have to get out. I can't repair it with you in it.
Hydraulic
Disembark, guys.
Hydraulic failure.
Spit, go
Spit,
ahead,
you need to
disembark.
get out of it. I can't repair it with you in it.
Pegasus, roll out.
Should be good there now.
Raj, thank you. Buffalo 1 spooling up, pad 2. Clear to board. Buffalo 1 direct departure 060 for LZ Zulu. Hey Spit, you hear me, man?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Roger, are you able to hop on crew chief? I like when we're landing, I like having them on the left side. Just because I can.
What happened to our other guy?
He just left.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm on your left, buddy. You hear me on 343, right? That's what I'm talking on.
Yeah, Roger, I hear you.
I don't want to, have the horrible radio chatter.
Yeah, you're great. I'm just gonna try and nap the earth, try to get as much speed as we can going to LZ Zulu.
I'm not seeing LZ Zulu. Oh shit. Alright, so when you show up to it, head exactly 057. That's direct.
Copy 057.
Yep, just go full collective. There's no obstructions in between here and there. As long as you're about 15 meters, we'll be fine.
Copy.
When we get there, there's going to be a runway on your right, and there's going to be a big-ass building on your left. And I'll guide you in.
Copy.
.5 out. We got a while.
Copy 7.5. Looks like they've already landed LZ Zulu. Or Alpha, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we're fucked anyway, so good. we were stuck behind about a good 20-30 seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't really consider this a race after Walsh and his team were already in the air. I was like, yeah, we're fucked. 3.5 out.
Copy 3.5. Let me know when we're 1.5.
Hey, firm.
I think I'm going to come down and do a horseshoe landing onto it. So I'm going to go offset to the southeast just a little bit.
Works for me. .5 out.
Roger that. Eyes on LZ. 10 o'clock.
Hey, firm. Right in front of that big ass hangar. You should just be able to do a huge deep rest to your left. You have enough altitude where you're not going to catch a vortex. If you just want to do a hard left right here, you should be okay.
Raj, any activity on the LZ?
From what I can see through the blades, negative. It looks pretty empty.
Roger that. Left-hand turn. Pulling G's.
Yeah, right in front of the bunker. Actually, about...
Command Buffalo 3 inbound from your southeast, 4 clicks from the field. Request permission to enter the airspace. Buff 3, Pegasus with priority tasking for you when you're ready to copy. Buff 3 ready to copy.
About 10
Copy,
meters
we
to
gotta
the
pick up
right,
for you.
you'll be fine. I'm gonna trace it for you.
085, break 210, pick up 12 packs, Buff 3.
I have no ammo, never mind. It's right at that green patch in between the runways.
Read back, correct. Frequency change approved, navigator.
Yeah, this works too. Alright, let me offload this shit.
Pegasus, Buffalo 1 at LZ Zulu.
There's nothing for me to unload.
Roger. Roger, I'm just wait 5 seconds just to act like we unloaded it. Alright, bringing her out. Pegasus Buffalo 1 on channel 1. Cargo has been delivered to LZ Zulu. We are RTB this time. Texas, this is Buffalo 1 at Caliathea Bay to your northeast, requesting approach.
Buffalo 1, Pegasus, copy your last. You're cleared direct back to the pad you were on there.
Buffalo copies, clear to pad 3, direct.
Command Buff 3, do you have a net that RPZs are on?
Negative, they're in another channel, so I just told them you're coming. They're ready for you. They're just to the south of PZ Gulf, and looks like they're moving that way.
It's gonna take a minute to get used to this radio, but it's actually not too bad. It'll just take a few minutes to get used to.
Yeah, the one thing is you can't talk over any. It's pretty much one way. You can't talk over people.
I kind of don't like that, even though it's how radios work in real life. That kind of sucks, though.
Yeah, it does.
Were we at Telos when we left? I could have swore we weren't.
Yeah, we were over here.
I don't know. Oh, or to your left. Okay, so I'm fucking hammered. I have no idea where we were. There we go. If you want to put her down on that pad to the left where we came from.
Yep, that's where Pegasus wants us to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo my key bindings for changing alternative channels and whatnot. You're good here. Forward, or a little bit more forward. Yeah, it doesn't matter. A little bit more forward. Fuck it, I don't really care if you don't care.
Pegasus, Buffalo 1, wheels down at pad 3.
Well, unfortunately, that didn't go quite as smooth as I had hoped, because Zeus wouldn't stop doing just goofy stuff.
All good.
I don't know why it locked the birds. I took the fuel out of them. I damaged them a bit. Then it locked them for some stupid reason. I don't know why. I went to unlock them and they wouldn't unlock. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm cool with it. I'm not complaining.
I've never had this much trouble in Zeus before, but whatever. It's ACRE drop today, so I was like, well, this is probably going to be a shit show, so I'm not going to get too wrapped around an axle about anything specific.
Right.
I got to play with the radio. That's more practice than I could ever need.
That's right.
Honestly, trying to figure this shit out is going to take me another week or two.
Yeah, and in fairness, it's probably more important that we figure this thing out if we're going to have an op to fly on a Saturday or something than anything else.
Is it index? Is everybody back at the spawn?
Not quite. They're on their way here.
Command Buff 3, pack aboard. We're inbound 7 clicks to your northwest. We're going to request transition into your airspace and direct approach to the pad if that's possible.
And Buff 3, it's Pegasus. Yeah, you're cleared present position direct back to the pad you were on there, and altimeter is 29902. Winds are light out of the southeast.
29902, Buff 3.
Oh, that's kind of cool. There's a command channel, an RD1, an RD2, a CAS 1, a CAS 2, and that's it. The radio I have. I don't know about you guys. I find that to be interesting. So
Yeah, I just found it a little bit frustrating because it looks like there's an interface on the radio, but you can only access parts of it from the quick buttons, and then you have to actually go open the radio interface to get to the rest of them.
Are
Which is
you
a little
using
annoying.
the 148?
Nope, 152, whatever it was, the 343 and the 117, I think.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm using the 148, 152, and I think the 341 or whatever it's called. 343.
Okay.
Wait, I have 4 radios. Let me drop these 2 and see what happens. Alright, I guess tell me if you can hear me, Rickard. Oh, that radio's gone? Oh, Lord have mercy. There we go. Can you hear me, Rickard?
Yep, Lima Charlie.
So how do you set your secondary?
Not
So, like,
sure if you can.
So like when I click caps lock, it turns on my short range. But if I wanted to use long range on the ground, how would I do that for the 343? Multi push to talk 1 maybe?
No. I personally just set up different hotkeys for each radio.
What did you do for that?
Buff 3, it's Pegasus.
I did caps lock for my long range. T for the 152.
That wind wrong. They're light and variable out of the northeast.
And Y for the 343.
Understood. Buff 3's on the ground. Charlie is dismounting.
Everwash is done. So, what did you do? Configure, controls, configure add-ons. Right?
Yep. And I went down to ACRE 3.
ACRE 3 or is it ACRE 2?
ACRE 2. Sorry, my apologies.
So for ACRE 2, I got default radio key is caps lock, and then alternate is shift caps, blah blah blah. But I don't have a long range, short range radio option.
Yeah. See, hold on 1 second. Let me get to it. See, I just did alt radio key 1, 2, and 3. I didn't set a default radio key because I'm always probably gonna have 3 radios on, and if not, I can always just swap it out. So I just did the first radio. It's numbered by the radio you pick up. So 1 is first one, 2 is second, and third one. So I always pick up the long range first, so that way it's caps lock. Then I have my 152 set on T, since that's what I used for my alternate on one of my radios. And then I had my short range, or my the 343 set to Y, because again that was what I used for TFAR.
So it's the order in which you pick the radio up is 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
Let me try some out really quick. Drop these and pick them back up. I deleted automatic key or whatever it's called. So this is 343 and you got me on channel 5?
Yep.
And then what the fuck? See, here's my issue is I'm still running into 343 being the only radio I can transmit onto my keys. Oh, there we go. There we go. Can you hear me on the short range now?
This one?
It's command channel for the ANPRC 152.
Yep, I heard you on that one.
Command sped.
Alright, thank you. I'm just trying to figure out how this all works. Appreciate you.
Yeah, see, the 148, the 117, and the 152, they all transmit on the same quote-unquote frequency. So they all have to have different channels in order to talk differently, I should say.
So for Alpha, I think we should just have the 343 and the 152, because actually both of those are really easy to use, and they both have this That's just
I can't hear you spit.
Give them the artificial victory. It's a hollow one anyway, in fairness.
We had to go get Charlie.
That's
Well,
right. Well, you were way ahead, so I was like, oh, we'll just send you over here. And they're like, oh, we don't need a pickup. And I was like, well, you can tell Major Walsh that you don't want him, but that might not be great for your career here in the Cavs. So.
Oh my God, you probably annoyed the shit out of them.
Well, I think they were doing their AAR, but I was just kind of like, well, I need to add something to Walsh's time here. And oh, hey, there's a squad over here.
So, I have an idea. If we make it where everyone picks up a long range first and then the short range second, the keys will always be the same. As far
as you assign them, or what?
As far as in default key binding.
Oh, okay. So just pick up your long range first.
If you because for example, if I click caps lock right now, I'm on channel 5, but I'm like that's because me and Brickford chose it. But if I chose like the distinct channel that everyone in the alpha used, we'd all be fine. And then if I go to talk with the secondary default key binding, which is this, you guys can all hear me on the short range. So if we just make it a habit where we pick up long range first and short range second, then the default key binding will always be the same. Instead of everybody sitting here trying to figure out what the hell they want, I guess you could just generalize it, which would make it a little bit easier for everybody. That's if you guys want to do that.
For sure.
What you're talking about is setting it in the loadout, which I think is probably a good idea.
Well, I guess since we have to grab it through Arsenal now, if you just pick up the long range and then pick up the 1.5, so the 341 and then the 1.52 afterwards, your key binding for, I guess, first radio will be whatever it is through the add-on, and then whatever your secondary keys for the add-on are, that'll be that automatically.
Yeah, it's a SOP, basically an SOP for how we're gonna choose our radios, but
yeah.
I will back out, like you said.
You guys there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Check.
Can you hear me now? What about
Thank
now?
God.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still a little buggy, and I was expecting there would be some teething, which is I contacted Schmidt before, and I said, "Do you want to shit can it?" And he was like, "Yeah, we probably will." And I said, "Well, we'll stay on the same server just on the off chance that everything goes smoothly." But I mean, whatever. It's Arma. There's always going to be some teething, and just don't get too uptight about it. We'll figure it out.
No, it's fine. Like I've got the add-on and everything. It even said it was enabled, but then in Arma it said that it wasn't connected to TeamSpeak, so I could hear all you guys, but I guess I wasn't getting out. And I was like, you know what? So I let Major Walsh talk to me, and I just responded in group chat.
Do you have the plug-in,
Summer? What's that, sir? Do you have the plug-in? Yeah, it said it was enabled.
And it's enabled, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's probably because you have TFR enabled. That was the issue I had.
Oh yeah, did you turn off TFR?
You need to make sure you have TFR, because I could hear everybody, but I couldn't talk initially, and I had both plugins, so my game didn't really know how to react to that.
TFR is disabled.
So disable whatever the ACRE 2, and then re-enable it, and you should be fine next time you load in, because I had to disable TFR and ACRE, and then re-enable it for it to work.
Okay. I mean, I tried playing with it, but I just said, you know what, to hell with it.
You can also try manually copying the DLLs into your plugins folder in TeamSpeak.
Lindsay, I got a impatient woman. I was supposed to be done with this 23 minutes ago. Am I dismissed?
Yeah, you bet. You guys are all dismissed. If you want to hang around for the AAR, that's fine, but we're way over. So if you guys need to go, just go. Just make sure you sign roll call, and we'll catch up with you later.
See you guys.
Sorry, I got the similar thing going on here as well.
See you, buddy.
All right, take care, guys.
Yeah.
User disconnected from your channel.
All right, class. What did we learn today?
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, we also learned that Zeus doesn't always work the way it's supposed to, even when you try to set everything up in advance. Sometimes it still goes to shit. So, sorry for that. I think ACRE seems to more or less work. Like I said, there's probably some teething problems with it, but it's just going to be stuff that we're going to find out as time goes on. And probably if we just keep yammering to each other, you guys who are better with it will get the rest of us like me who are rubbish with it. You'll help us pull our socks up, and eventually we'll all be on the same page.
So I have a question. Bickford, when you got in the helo, did you guys use just normal normal TeamSpeak button for chat?
Yes, and we are also using the 343 radio.
If you use just the normal TeamSpeak button, did it like make them sound like they were on an intercom or in your like on actual headset in the helo?
No, it just sounded normal.
Totally normal. Okay.
Mine seemed to sound quite loud just when guys were talking.
Mine seemed like it was emulating the intercom, and I'm just trying to. I know the intercom is a thing. I'm trying to see if it's automatic or if there's something we're supposed to do.
I mean, I wasn't really paying attention too much. It sounded normal to me, but we'll have to find. I guess we'll have to see.
It's supposed to attach you automatically, but sometimes there's a bug and it'll kick you off the intercom. But normally it's supposed to attach you automatically to the intercom.
Just to your normal old TeamSpeak button, not using a button for
Correct.
ACRE. Okay. All right. Now, do you know if then the chocks in the back of the like cargo troopers will also do that? Will they automatically be on our intercom net?
Unknown. The most extensive experience I have with ACRE is in vehicles, so I couldn't say.
Okay.
So we're talking like MBTs, IFEs.
Sure. Okay. Sorry, Lindsay. That was just my question.
No problem at all. Like I said, this is like ACRE's completely new to me. I don't know a thing about it, so I'm probably going to need, like everybody here knows it better than me, and I'm going to need probably everybody's help to get me to the point where I can functionally use it. And apparently, if anybody, I don't know what's going on with Zeus, because I put stuff down, I unlock it, then it locks again, I unlock it again, and it's sitting there and it's unlocked, and then the minute anybody goes near it, it locks again. So something is goofy. Maybe it's that map, I don't know.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, Adam.
Hola.
I will change the comments and stuff in the roll call. We'll do that joint SP with Charlie maybe next week, if we can arrange it for then. Hopefully all the issues with ACRE are sorted out and we've got it flushed out a bit more. And then we are probably at some point in the next week or two, depending on how busy we are with Mogadishu and all that Juniper Spear stuff. We'll probably try to do a three-way joint op with the attack guys from 2nd Platoon Charlie. We'll do transport, and maybe we'll try to use a Pathfinder, and then we'll also have Charlie in there, and see if we can get somebody to run Zeus from Charlie who's not involved, and start throwing some light armor at them. They can try to engage it, and then if it gets away from them, the Raider can come in and pull them out of the fire.
Those Raider guys are bitches.
Yeah, they're just, you know what they're like, aviators.
Sex Panthers.
Yes, that's right.
He wasn't. I don't think he was part of the conversation.
He's not.
rolling up in their huge aviators and their 1980s era Porsches and banana hammocks.
And our Sex Panther patch.
Yeah. Yeah, 35% of the time it works every time. I don't really have a whole lot else because, like I say, I was expecting ACRE last week on Wednesday, and I was expecting to have some time. Then Saturday came and went, and it wasn't here, and I thought we might get lucky, and then they dumped it this morning. And this was my first day at a new job, so yeah, I was like, well, that kind of shoots our SP to hell. So sorry for that, but you can address all of your complaint letters to S3.
I had to work later than planned as well, so I'm like only a little late, you know?
Yeah, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. Does anybody have any questions or anything you want to bring up?
I don't think